we're up to the Oklahoma City Thunder and most iconic images for this franchise. Um, it's I guess I don't know. Did you think about the Seattle SuperSonics here? I don't know. I just crossed my mind here. Did we actually go back and think like this would probably um would classify? You could go all the way back to the Sonics days. I don't know. Did you?
It it crossed my mind a little bit. Same with the Charlotte Hornets and New Orleans Pelicans and Bobcats. Like
Oh,
there is
that's
an
whole. That's
expansion
just that.
aspect
That's
to
just
it.
the whole mess there, isn't it?
It's
If you're gonna
it's
go with that
it's.
one, yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think it's think about the team at present. That's the easiest way to do it. So
True. And I have done that because I've selected the greatest four players potentially drafted by their own team that was a dynasty in the making that never was. And that's probably what sums up this photo that I've selected as my iconic image here of the OKC Thunder, KD, Harden, Westbrook, and Serge Ibaka. And man, just even looking at these fresh faces right now, right? This is like Harden doesn't even have his beard yet. Westbrook looks like he's like 18, right? You know, he probably is. How old is he? I don't know, like probably like that, right? 20. So it's like this team, you could only imagine right now this team had played 10 years together, what they could have achieved. And there's a little bit of a difference between this team and say like the Boston Celtics Big Four, because that team was put together. That team was traded together, trades and so on and so forth, free agent signings, blah, 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 including the draft for Rondo in that sense. You could also make the argument for teams like the Big Three at Miami. Again, it was constructed in that way. We obviously looked at a case of the 76ers where they just sucked at drafting. They could have, in theory, the 76ers could have put together a similar team of talented young players if they had drafted correctly through those years of the process. But they did not. Okay. And that's the reality for them. But the OKC Thunder nailed it. They nailed it here. They have four picks for their own franchise that I don't know, they tore apart. They tore apart. Isn't that the biggest factor here of this trade? Because Harden wanted more money. He wanted a bigger role, but he was still under contract. Yeah. And therefore, due to the simple fact that you're still under contract, you're not a free agent, you can walk anywhere, unrestricted in that sense, you could have at least run it back one more year. And this is a team that just made the finals. Yeah. Yeah. What if they had won the NBA finals the next year? Does Harden still leave? I don't know. There's another million what ifs there, clearly. Okay. But it's like, but why would you not run it back? You hit the jackpot on four picks here for your franchise on every position that you're trying to fill, besides the five in the sense. But you sort of you divert off the course. This is a classic case of not staying the course of what you're trying to do and riding it all the way to the end. It's a different story here if Harden becomes an unrestricted free agent and walks. That's a different story. But you tore it apart. And to me, this is a highly sad, disappointing, iconic photo for the OKC Thunder.
well, it's supposedly it was down to $8 million. So the contract that he was offered, I think, was like 58,
He
and
wanted more money,
he
correct?
was seeking the max of 66 or something like that.
He was the man,
They
the money, right?
Well, OKC was
In hype.
notorious for never going into the luxury tax. Like, that was a team that regularly they drafted well, and that's why they were competitive, but they didn't want to pay
Case
people.
study:
So,
Orlando and Shaq.
so I think we've talked about OKC that they've actually had like from a team, a small market team, the amount of players that they've had walk through their building. Like when we did on Charlotte, and we're like, oh, who's good on Charlotte? Who's ever been good on Charlotte? OKC's had a lot of players go through in their time, and they've never been able to maintain it. They've had bad luck with injuries, or that OKC squad went up against the Heatles, right? And the Heatles were clearly beatable. And for the OKC, they probably just needed more time to gel together. But look, I'm gonna steer it into some more positive content for people. I'm going iconic because I think even people who don't even know the NBA have seen this image. It is Kevin Durant's speech that was really heartfelt, giving shout out to his mum. He has a great relationship with his mum. His mum's a massive supporter. And unfortunately for Kevin Durant, this heartfelt moment was just too good to let slip by for the average internet user. And not only is his mum the real MVP, but this image for the OKC is the real MVP.
Do you really truly believe that in your heart?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Because until they win a championship outside of the 1971 Seattle Supersonics championship, we're not going to talk about them in any other way. What ifs?
I'm gonna
This
I'm
isn't
gonna
what if.
I'm gonna really, because you've chosen a meme, because specifically you've chosen a meme with the stupid meme font on top of it too. You didn't just take this moment in the Hall of Fame speech screenshot. You took the meme. You decided to share a meme as the most iconic image for the OKC Thunder. I'm gonna ask you, what's your second most iconic image in your head?
So if we're not
Oh,
talking about
memes
Seattle,
are popping out right now. Doja Dog, crying
if we're not
Jordan, yeah,
talking about
meme.
if we're not talking about Seattle, then you could do the photo of the trio losing in the NBA Finals. It's a trio where they're kind of huddled together, knowing they're about to lose to Miami, where that is quite iconic, right? For the same reasons that you're referencing in your Big Four photo. I guess Westbrook's like triple double record could be an iconic moment for OKC as well. That buzzer beater he hits against Denver on his 50-point beats the record for triple double game. Like that's pretty iconic. I guess I could do a compilation of all the stars that they've had over a period of time that haven't
Yeah,
panned
but
out.
we're looking for one image though. That's the key, right? That's the
Exactly,
whole
that's what I'm
task.
saying.
So you're looking for one
So
image.
let me have this meme because I think if you showed the average person, not the average NBA player, the average person, like, have you seen this image? Do you know what's going on here? We've got Jordan's shot. I think that's pretty iconic. We've got the Ty Lue shot. That's pretty iconic. And we have the real MVP. And that's all you need.
I feel like I'm really going to
I'm
put
good.
that challenge to test right now. This next week, I'm going to show this image to a whole bunch of people that do not know the NBA and ask them what's this about, and I'll give you back a score next week because I'm my gut feeling here is that it's going to be lower than you think. That's my feeling. I think it's going to be lower than you think.
I think you're going to be surprised.
This is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Faz, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.